Peace, world peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks, aka the $1 trillion Goddess. And I'm here today talking about Tinashe, the singer. You know, she is not necessarily an artist that's on my radar, but she's been in the business for a long time, since a child, actually. And she did this interview because she's releasing a new album. I think it's her seventh album. She spoke about her experiences, as a child artist, and all the different things that she's come across and learned, sharing her wisdom with other artists who may not, have the insight that she does. And she also let us know that she's been independent. I think she said she was independent for 4 years prior to moving into a new label. They said it's the same label that Lizzo's on currently. And speaking on this new label, she's talking about the difference creatively that she has as far as her own authority that she did previously in the labels that she was in when she was younger. I think she's 30, 31 right now. So like 10 years ago, she recorded with R. Kelly, and she had a single in 2015 where they decided to put Chris Brown on. Now, the label was RCA. We know that was a longtime label of R. Kelly's. And they asked her about recording with R. Kelly. And her answer is interesting. And I'm wondering, if she would have had the confidence and the courage to speak on this had he not been twice convicted and get a 30-year, or really 50-year sentence, but a 30-year sentence that he has to live out. They do detail in this article on Variety her quotes, but I think it's better just that we hear it from the horse's mouth.
Can I ask, attached to things that felt labely, would you put in that category the songs you did with R. Kelly and Chris Brown?
Oh, you think I would? I literally block out that R. Kelly song from my mind. I forget that even exists. That is so embarrassing. That is so unreal that I even have a song with R. Kelly. That's so embarrassing.
Ouch. I know for R. Kelly, that has got to hurt. I don't care what nobody says. This is not a good look. But let's continue.
Yes, that was labeling.
Yeah, knowing you, it actually hurts me that somebody put you in that position. And
I was so young too, which is crazy because I feel like I did that song when I just signed to that label. I was probably 20. Yeah, that's crazy.
And I think the public perceives it as you doing that willingly and not understanding that you lack a lot of control in that situation.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Now clearly the song didn't do what the label thought it was going to do. Personally, I had no idea they even had a song together. Never even heard of the song.
You do. 1,000%.
If any, you probably,
And especially when it comes to singles, for example, that song with Chris, that was the song that I put, a lot of, we all wanted it to be this big moment, this big single. So I feel in their mind, they were you need this support. And he was their biggest artist that they had on rhythmic radio at the time. And to me, I was well, this is a pop song. So I really don't feel we should put Chris on it. That I don't that doesn't compute to me, but I don't know.
Your computation was 100% correct.
I don't know. Thanks. I don't know. Hindsight's 2020.
No, but
hindsight is 2020. I just feel she is not, I don't think, as hot as she would like to be. I don't think Tinashe is ringing any bells anywhere. I don't know. Maybe she is. She has sustained her career as far as, still being a relevant artist, being that, she's still in the headlines and getting red carpet invites, and, still making albums. But I think that she may feel that being attached to R. Kelly and Chris Brown may be hindering her. So I think she's taking this opportunity to distance herself from these guys and also make it known that it was not her choice to record with them. Because I think what this interviewer had mentioned is that people kind of assume that this is something she wanted to do. So she wanted to basically make it clear that this was definitely not her choice, but the label putting it together. Now, that's another thing that interests me, is that we would say, if it was 10 years ago in 2013, R. Kelly had a reputation. The label knew full and well what type of guy R. Kelly was, his thing he had for young girls. So the fact that they put Tinashe at a 20 years old with him, that to me is just irresponsible of the label. And that's why I feel like these labels should have been included in the trials. You know what I'm saying? As far as, or at least civilly have some type of accountability, because even after the 2008 acquittal, R. Kelly still had that kind of stink on him as far as, you know, him and young girls or minors or whatever. So I feel like the label should have been a little more careful. You know, why are they putting her together with R. Kelly? She's 20 years old. It sounds like they just didn't give a fuck. So I just thought it was interesting. And I think it's funny the way she's just like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Before he was convicted, I doubt that she would have said that. So that just says that not just me here on YouTube and my people who, you know, come and support this channel, because they know where I'm coming from. My stance hasn't wavered or changed, okay? But the world, people in the world are convinced R. Kelly is guilty and is exactly where he needs to be. You know, and her saying this publicly says to me that she knows that the world is also in this mindset, because I don't think she would want to jeopardize her career, you know, jeopardize this project that she's about to release, or just released actually, by saying something that is going to offend people. So I think she knows that she's on the right side of history by making this statement. So what do you guys think about Tinashe being embarrassed of having recorded with R. Kelly? And, you know, Chris Brown came up too, because of course, you know, he and Rihanna made news when he bashed in her face. And, you know, even though Chris Brown, I believe his career had been stunted, I think he's still relevant, but I think he is definitely somebody who could have been way bigger, but he's just not going to get there because of what he did to Rihanna. So, I mean, he's technically an abuser. And you know, I like Chris Brown, but, you know, you can't take away what the man did. Like, it's legit documented history. And it was horrible. I still can, if I close my eyes, I could see the lumpy, bruised face that made the news once it hit the headlines. And it was shocking. So the fact that Chris Brown is still actually making music, still relevant, still has a lot of fans, he has a very strong fan base, says a lot about him and how talented he is, and, you know, how much people still love him. But R. Kelly, on the other hand, because of the type of crimes that he's convicted of, hurting children, I think that for him, it's a different story. I don't think that the majority of the masses are going to ignore what he did or going to just turn a blind eye. We're in a different era now. We're in a Me Too movement era. Nobody's putting up with this type of shit, okay? So, anyway, I think that's all I got. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.